What's up? All right, I'm gonna talk about my skill tree real quick and just how I've been using it and how it goes with my playstyle and everything. All skill trees are relying on your playstyle. So, this one's super movement heavy, and if your playstyle is not moving around, not being very vertical, you're not gonna get as much value out of this at all. So, keep that in mind. But I've seen a lot of other ones, and they always talk about some of them that they think they're not good, but they're really good. But let's go over mine real quick, and I'll try to give examples of where I've been using it and everything. Okay, so Nimble Climber. This is like a 7% increase, I think it was. It's such a small increase, but it's still faster. It's just still faster. Perfectly fine to get as many as that, as you're able to, 5 out of 5. And this is just a flat stamina buff. These are pretty universal. Everyone knows that these are great. Flat stamina buff. This is basically another stamina buff, just with another added variable of sprint dodge rolling. So getting into stuff, getting out of stuff. Like getting like crazy rotations from on the top of something below something and then sprinting out of it. It's actually pretty great. It's just a flat stamina buff. I just go straight. I level up so fast that I don't really care. I don't care the order, so you don't spend much time here. You level up pretty fast in this game when you know what you're doing. You can slide further and faster. The way this feels, it just feels like it's easier to slide. So this goes with like taking zips, jumping off the zip and going into a slide, using your snap hook and going into slides. It's everywhere. It feels like you just slide better everywhere. So it was easy for me to put points into that. Put one in here so I can keep going up. This is an extremely good one. Very, very good. You're walking only in this game. You're pretty much never even really crouching. You're just walking the whole time. Walking and running and walking and running like Counter-Strike. So the way you really try to maximize this, you say you're third-partying a team, or you're just trying to sneak up on a team you know is there. You run up, and before they hit your footsteps with their audio, you start walking. Walk before they can hear you. You sneak and get your damage off, so that way you're in the damage lead, so it's not a 50-50 fight, but it's a fight with you have the advantage. And then you regenerated all your stamina by walking up to them the rest of the way, and so you can go back to sprinting. It's extremely good for that. Seconds matter when you're third partying, so really obviously good. You're completely silent when you're walking. You're just always walking. Now this is when you're in cat hang on a ledge, and you directional plus spacebar and jump in that direction. It's actually really good. But if they come up with a map that has a lot more variables where this can come in even more handy, it'll be actually really great. It'll be really fun. A good example of this though is like, you know, the ledges on the top of Spaceport, all the little things that you can drop all the way down. That section in the middle, when you have this maxed out, I'm pretty sure that's where it's probably the best example. You can much easier, like, backwards jump to the other side. You can't make it in a straight. You go down, of course, but it's scenarios where like that where it could be useful. It's just such a small. I haven't found somewhere where it's like mind-blowing to use it. Sprint or dodge rolls cost less stamina. This gives you like 8 rolls or something. Very good. This has been so good, especially with this, and then also eventually when you get this, it's also really good. I'm going to be getting this next wipe because I had to get broad shoulders and loaded arms. You just have to. It's too good. Now this is where it gets crazy. First of all, this is much more useful if you're playing in a team, which I am pretty often. You're like super speedy with this. It's way faster than I thought it was when you're crawling. You can Houdini people and get out of there. I had to get this. Of course, it's an easy one to take. Vaulting no longer slowed down while exhausted, so being in those slow, terrible animations, that feels terrible. Now, vault spring. There's spots, if you've watched my other videos, you cannot get to unless you have this. There's rotations that are insanely good. You cannot hit without this. And sure, you could waste a charge of your snap hook. Much easier to just get vault spring. I'll try to come out with a video if you guys ask me to, about where this is useful, although I did just put one out. So check that out on that Stella Montes one. Vaults no longer cost stamina. You are vaulting all the time. Anytime there's like a catwalk and then the catwalk turns left and you have the guardrail, you are always now jumping off of that guardrail using this. You're vaulting over the guardrail, jumping over it. And it's faster. It's way faster. The free zip line that takes you to the top of damn towers, the free one that's there, jumping when you're running along that ledge, jumping off of there to get to that sooner. I'm sure no one really knows it yet, but depending on the spawn that you get, that is enough to get you up that zip before someone can come see you. Especially cheaters, though. Especially cheaters. I know the spawns. I know how long it takes for people to just beeline it to places. I have the timings down really good, just playing a bunch, and this alone gets you to places you can't go, or where you would be getting shot at if you didn't get there in time. Also, on this top of spaceport, I think I showed it. Yeah, I showed it in one of my snap hook videos, I think. I don't know, but you know, where you jump off the very top and you can grab the zip. You can go down one level lower, jump off the rail, and then jump again to vault spring to the other side, and you can grab the ledge. Extremely good for just not thinking and just running from people. But yeah, vaulting all the time, it's too good. It's hard for me to change. I've tried to change this. I've tried to go with security breach. A lot of people say it's nerfed. Like, yeah, it's nerfed if you're just trying to get loot, but this is like, if you like love free kitting and you just love doing that, this changes the game. You will eventually get this. You'll have to, because running a free kit and getting a Rattler or a Pharaoh and then finding a security breach and just getting another gun, that will 100% change your game. Like how strong you are you're like twice as strong with just another gun. So extremely good, but I can't afford to make it there when I can get broad shoulders plus loaded arms, which is why I went both ways. So we go down here, we have to get this. We don't really do any crouching, but I mean, I got it. Stamina regeneration, more like I'm forced to get it. I don't really care about crouching stamina, but sure, I mean, I'll get it. There's occasional times where you're crouching when you're hiding under desks and stuff from bullets. Being able to craft bandages, it really is too good. They come in clutch all the time. Loot is revealed faster. That's a required one. It's like a million times faster. You have to get it. Good is new. This works best when you have not the cloth bandage, but recycle the cloth bandage and just the cloth. The 25-second stamina buff, extremely good. Your stamina is like through the roof. And when we get to 3D breaths next season, we will most likely, this is a crazy tech, by the way. We will most likely never be really regenning our stamina to full. We will always run burst of stamina, burst of stamina, burst of stamina. That I'm pretty sure that that's how we'll be running. We won't even let it really get filled, because we'll be able to run across the, you know, wherever we want to go, more quickly with just running in those bursts. But couldn't get to it because I had to make sure I get to here. When you're critically hurt, your movement takes less noise. I'm like, sure, I'll just get it because I need the top side, but this is too good to not get. It's good and everything, but not good enough to put a point in. We must have this though. This is a 10 weight flat bonus. Like, it's just too good. This, like, you're looting stupid fast. You have to get this. This with loot is revealed faster. You're like, next item, double items, next item, double items. It's like, it procs even with just 3. It procs all the time. Now that was the maximum I wanted to put into here because I must make sure I get to here. I don't care about this at all. The way I play, I don't actually, when I'm solos, I don't take much damage. I just don't. Most of my fights, it's usually I'm just a clear winner. I don't really need the heavy shield. I don't even really use the blue shield that often. I just go green. I don't care. So I don't really care about the slowing me down part. I wanted to try this and see kind of how it was. I still haven't. I mean, it's definitely helped a little bit because when you get naded, your hearing does go out and people will push you and it sucks, but I felt a small difference. I'd say I felt a small difference. When you're hurt in combat, regain a fixed amount of stamina. If I get hit, I usually can't even be caught. Like, if I'm in mortal danger and I have to run, I'm pretty much getting out every time. I'm not dying. And this just makes it even easier to do that. Breaching doors and containers takes less time. This was actually really huge, especially when I'm farming processors for C4 or whatever. When I'm farming for wire even, it's super fast. It really is super fast. Now I wanted to get this, but I needed to put 25 in here. I had to get this. I had to put some points into here, so I opted to get one more point in here instead of this. When you're critically hurt, your stamina regenerates faster. My stamina feels pretty good, and honestly, I'm not really getting critically hurt that much. After that though, this is like literal garbage. It is actually garbage. There is no circumstance. Seems narrow-minded almost to say, but there really is not a circumstance where this is useful, because you can target farm whatever resource you're trying to generate, and this is giving you like pennies on the $100 bill. Like, you can go and get $100 bills worth of resources, or you can use this and get, you know, pennies. It's just it's crazy how easy it is to target farm loot in this game. Like, it's almost too easy. They need to start adding more stuff or do something, because people are about to find out, and it's already happening, that it's too easy to get everything. There's only 2 things that I'm not easily able to get, and that's Anvil Splitter and the Kinetic Converter. Also, if you've stayed this long, there is an exploit right now to have those permanently on your weapons, and I'll tell you how to do it right now. You put it on your thing, on your weapon. Let me try and remember. You put it on your weapon, disconnect your internet and take it off, and then when you reconnect your internet, Like put it in your inventory or something, and then test it. You'll have it still.
Don't ask the flip right. You don't want to know.
I'm saying that to be aware of it. Don't use it. Okay. Yeah, so then we ended up getting loaded arms. This almost halves the weight. I think it might even half the weight of all the weapons you're carrying. Extremely good. It ends up being just another, usually around a 10 flat buff to what you can carry. Now, this is what I went for. This is what I did. It will not be changing much unless they do some like weird buffing. I will be keeping this. The next thing I will do, I will put 1 point into here, and then I will put this to 4. And it is possible that I take 1 out of somewhere, maybe here. I can't even do that. I'd take maybe 1 out of here, honestly. So I can get this to 5. But yeah, we'll see for sure. Things will likely change. Everyone's complaining about this tree, which they shouldn't be. It's super strong. This is like pretty much the best skill tree that I could come up with the way that I'm playing. I'm strategically using all of these, and they are making a big difference for me. I'm using them. So, yeah, that's my skill tree. Let me know, guys. Let me know what kind of playstyle you guys are running. What are you liking to do in here? I like PvPing and running around and, you know, playing Among Us with the new players. Dropping my MMR so I don't play with cheaters. The social part of this game is crazy. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.